Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. And wow, today that little thing is starting to work. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Um, yeah, so as the title implies, best carrier for affordability during inflation, right? The entire country is pretty much ticked off at the fact that everything costs more money. Costs more money for your electric bill, it costs more money for food, costs more money for gas. So there's a lot of these things that is affecting a lot of people, and something that used to be considered a luxury now has become a necessity, because everything that we do from our phones. We bank from our phones, we communicate with our phones, we pay transactions with our phones. Commerce is done through our phones. A lot of things is done through our phones, and your phone does not work without connection. And for that very reason is the reason why that I'm doing this video, to kind of just go over the options out there and see what's best for a lot of people. So in other words, don't be expecting to be considered the best, because everybody has different needs, everybody has different wants, and people tend to try to get to a point where they're meeting in the middle when it comes to their choices. So in this video, we're just going to deep dive through a couple of options out there, just kind of go over them real quick, get you guys' feedback on each of the options that I'm going to present, and even include in some weird ones that you guys may not have heard of. So we'll kind of get into that. Before we get into that, you know what? Smash the like button, because that does help other people find these videos and live streams that I do, and I would deeply appreciate that. Share this on your social platform so other people can find it and click on it and listen to what I have to say, see what you guys are saying, all that good stuff. Yeah. So let's just kind of let's kind of go into that. Let's talk about it. You know what I noticed that's new about Restream though? I don't see where I can have the live chat on the display anymore. That is interesting. Let me see if I can find it. If I can find it. Oh man, I'm gonna go in settings here real quick and see. No, I don't see any options there. This Restream 2.0 setup is just really weird. It's just kind of really weird. But anyways, all right. So let me let's see. I don't want to pull that one up. Well, that's the entire screen. That's that. Let's kind of start with the one that people tend to really love to talk about, and that right here is dude, seriously. Ever since the thunderstorms came, it just brought bugs, man, and they got in the house. It's so annoying. You ever had that happen to you? You ever get irritated with that? Because I do. I just changed it to the format here just a little bit. Okay. So what we're going to be taking a look at first, we're going to look at Visible. Now, Visible has gone through some notable changes since it first came out. I remember when Visible did first come out, and I was approached to pretty much just talk about them on my channel. And they hooked me up with, I think it was 2 months of service for free, and also gave me some insight about some changes they were making that they were going to announce, and allowed me and several other YouTubers to be a part of that announcement, to be able, for us to be able to announce that. And it was good times and everything. And of course, one of my favorite things was I got a t-shirt out of it. So I have a Visible shirt, and I wish they sent it in black though. That's the only thing. Like white, like I can keep white, but it's kind of hard to. Black is easier to maintain. Anyways, fast forward a little bit, and then Visible decided to drop 2 different plans, and so we can see what their plans are. Which initially it had basically just started out being with 2 plans. They're Visible and Visible Plus, and the Visible plan used to be $30. It's since dropped to $25, right? So they've held a promotion a couple of months ago, where if you ported in your number to Visible, you would get a $5 credit on your bill for life, and it dropped it to $25. And then Visible decided, hey, you know what? Let's just keep it at $25, because initially that's what their pricing was when they first launched, was $25, and it's unlimited talk, text, and data. And the thing about it is that the data is not there's no threshold point. So literally, you use the data, and the one thing you have to expect is that your priority access to the network is not going to be the same as postpaid. However, it's been pretty decent. I used Visible a couple of times, and it's coming in clutch, especially if you don't have home Wi-Fi. So this service, Visible, I would say, would probably be best for people that don't have home Wi-Fi at all. Only because then you can use your data as much as you want to, and you'll be fine. Some people have reported that they've dealt with a little bit of hey, what's going on, Michael? They've dealt with some slow down speeds, or they've seen some speeds reduction. Others have used, they claim up to 1 gigabyte of data in a month, and haven't experienced any problems at all whatsoever. So Visible, in my opinion, would be one of the ones that I would say that if you don't have home Wi-Fi access, and you don't have a lot of Wi-Fi access, like at work and stuff like that, Visible will probably be like the best option choice for you, simply on that. Now, if you want to kind of step it up and get a little bit more, faster data, then literally this is where the $45 Visible Plus plan comes in. It gives you a little bit more perks, as you guys can see, compared to the regular Visible plan. So you get unlimited talk, text, and data, 5G nationwide. You get access to 5G ultra wideband, premium network experience. Both plans give you unlimited hotspot, and it is unlimited hotspot. It's not like 10 gigs of hotspot and that's it. You use a hotspot as much as you use your regular data. The extras with the Visible Plus, if you get the Verizon home internet, you save $10 on your home internet plan with Verizon. They give you spam protection, unlimited talk and text in Mexico and Canada, unlimited talk and text. They got that twice on here. Why? Well, let's see. Let's click the little bubble link here, and it gives you a breakdown of more stuff. So international calling from US to 30 plus countries, so you can call internationally. And use data while in Mexico and Canada. After 0.5 gigabytes a day, data speeds are reduced to 2G speed. So it's like 500 megabytes of data, and then it's reduced. If you're outside in the North American continent, so if you're in Canada or Mexico, that's going to happen. International texting from the US to 200 plus countries. That's kind of cool. So with that being said, like I said, looks like Visible is giving Xfinity Mobile some competition. Considering what it is, what are you paying on Xfinity Mobile? And I believe most people that are going with Xfinity Mobile obviously have some sort of bundle package where home internet and mobile phone service bundled. Visible, I don't really have a bundle package. You can consider getting $10 off your Verizon home internet if it's available in your area, subject to an address check to make sure that Verizon home internet would work in your area. So, Visible, it's been decent for a while. There has been some stuff that's happened when it came to Visible back in the past between me and them, and that's not something that I would say is going to affect everybody that signs up with Visible. That's going to be completely and totally different. But yeah. So let's see here. And what you're paying, be nice if Xfinity Mobile drops their price to $25 per line, but $30 per line is good. Yeah, I wouldn't see a problem with that. Always, $5 less is always good, right? But even at $30, that doesn't sound so bad at all. $30 compared to a lot of options out there that's like at $50. So you are intentionally, you are saving right there with Xfinity. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one, which, you guys probably see a lot of this on there. A lot of content creators are on a partnership program with this company, and that would be Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile, Deadpool Wireless, whatever everyone wants to call it. Mint Mobile is a little bit different than Visible and some of the other options here because its especial is bulk. Buy in bulk, save, right? So it's like Sam's Club, Costco. It's like that type of ordeal. So we hear, we see, they have somewhat of like a family plan type thing. 5G for free, no extra overhead, flexible plan options, bring your own everything. So that's kind of nice. And these are the plans that they have. So let's see here. Let's see all the plans. Here we go. So as I was saying, all plans have gone to $15 a month. For a limited time, get any 3-month plan at our lowest price. So for the first 3 months of signing up with Mint Mobile, it'll be $15 a month for the plan, whether you're on the 5 gigabyte, 15, 20 gigabyte, or they're unlimited, which is 40 gigabytes of data. Okay, that's for the first 3 months. After that, its original pricing will resume. So you can see down here, basically what you're going to be paying up front is $45. So that's not actually bad at all, especially on the unlimited plan to start off with. But let's view the details on the unlimited plan because most people feel like that they have to have unlimited. I'll get into the reason why I'm saying that later. So a 3-month plan, 5G, 4G LTE data, $15 a month for the first 3 months. That comes out to $45. Regular price after that is $120 every 3 months. So that's $45. Yeah. Well, kind of. Anyways, so customers using 40 gigabytes a month will experience lower speeds, video streams at 480p. Okay, so if you're someone that absolutely cares about the streaming quality of your video, and I don't mean that you're on YouTube doing speed tests and then talking about, video playback and blah, blah, blah. I mean, like you absolutely have to watch everything in 4K or in 1080p or whatnot. That's probably going to be something that you really want to look at right there, is that you're literally only able to stream at 480p. You're capped at 480p. That's it. There's nothing else outside of that. So being that as it says, the cool thing about Mint Mobile is, again, you buy in bulk and you don't have to buy in 3-month increments. To be quite honest about that, you can go 3 months, you can go, I believe, 6 months, you can go annual. So this is just one of those things where I would say, if you wanted to, because here they are right here, and it's a 6 or 12-month plan. So trying to see if I can get this to drop down. Well, just click on that. Okay. All right. So you have 6-month plans right here. The pricing is $35 a month. So 35 by 6 is what you're going to pay, which is odd because it's also $35 a month for the 20 gig plan. So 6 months, unlimited, $35 a month. You get your SIM card, $210 total. Okay. Let's go back one step. Here is the 12-month plans, so the annual plans. Let's do the unlimited one. And you're looking at $360 every year. And this is not actually bad at all whatsoever, because, if you decide to sign up for Mint Mobile service during tax time, so, between the beginning of February on throughout April, when you get your tax return, you pay one bill for $360 and you're good on phone service the entire year. You don't have to worry about it. That's one less bill you have to worry about because you only worry about it once a year. So Mint Mobile has all these different flexible plans that allows you to be able to customize the way that you want to pay. So then that way, you can do 3-month increments, 6-month increments, 12 months. It's entirely up to you. gives you 40 gigabytes of data, runs on the T-Mobile network. So you got T-Mobile network with Mint Mobile, you got Verizon's network with Visible. So this would be just one of those ones where it's like, if you want to kind of pay a one-time, like I'd say like the best value in it, in my eyes, would be either doing the 6 months or the annual plan, because then it alleviates you for a couple of months of not having to worry about a mobile phone service plan every month. Allows you to kind of focus on the other and more important bills in your life, like rent, utilities, food, gas for your vehicle, unless you're driving an electric car, then of course what you're paying for electricity to charge your vehicle, those types of things. Michael says, I am fine with standard definition video resolution. There is no sense maxing out the bandwidth. Yeah. So anyways, that is Mint Mobile. And all right, let's kind of switch it up a little bit here. So yeah, you see a lot of people talking about Mint Mobile. Snead's a big advocate of Mint Mobile. Carlos, does his thing with Mint Mobile. They have nothing but good things to say about Mint Mobile. For me, I've used Mint Mobile a couple of times. I always felt like the best known options with that, like I said, is the annual. I did that and literally forgot I had a phone bill by the time it came around again to pay my bill. And I was like, oh yeah, I got my Mint Mobile line. I had to pay that. That's when I had Mint Mobile. Since then, I've walked away from Mint Mobile. It wasn't because anything was bad about them. It was just literally that, I was using other different carriers, and I decided to narrow down my, finances and go with the ones that I really had a good experience with. All right, let's do Cricket. What do y'all say about Cricket? Yeah, let's do Cricket Wireless. Let's see what they have to offer their customers at Cricket Wireless. So they have, looks like to be 3-ish. Well, they have, they have 4 plans. So we have the unlimited plus 15 gigabytes of mobile hotspot for $60. We have the unlimited plan at $55. 10 gig plan at $40 and 5 gig plan at $30. So kind of the old scale way, right? If anyone's really noticed that when it comes to prepaid and MVNO carriers, they're starting to have a major shift. And it seems like the magic number here is $25, right? Visible doing $25. There's another carrier that I cannot name that does $25. There's another MVNO that does $25 as well that I'll talk about here later. They're all hitting to that $25. Even Metro by T-Mobile had a promotion where you got a line with unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month if you ported in your number. So there was Cricket just seems to be the one that's sticking to its guns with the higher prices. $60, you get unlimited talk and text. You get 15 gigabytes of mobile hotspot, right? So right here it says that on the $60 plan, you get unlimited premium, compared to their unlimited plan that's $55 or $5 less. So a $5 difference gets you 15 gigabytes of mobile hotspot and unlimited premium. Now, what does that premium mean? Well, I'm going to assume here that it means that you'll get the 5G plus access on AT&T's network with the $60 plan, and you'll just get like their low band 5G on the unlimited plan for $55. Those who are telco freaks definitely want to know that. Does it really make a big difference if you're on 5G or LTE? I went a week on LTE and did not complain about it at all whatsoever. So that should pretty much tell you that if you're doing basic things like social media, YouTube, and things like that, LTE will suffice. It'll be just fine. 5G, you would need that for something that's like very, very, very intense on your data, right? Needs much larger bandwidth and speeds. But with their plan, the $60 plan, you get that 15 gigabytes of mobile hotspots, and you get the HBO. Well, now it's called Max. It used to be called HBO Max. Now it's Max. The ad version is supported when you get that, so that's a perk there. 150 gigabytes of cloud storage included. So they got their own servers to store your data to alleviate space on your device. You get international, Mexico and Canada included. You get unlimited texts from the US to 37 countries included. It is $60 per line or $55 a month with auto pay. These companies love to get you on that auto pay where you just set it and forget it type payment. And that's just for one line of service. Let's do two. Let's just see what 2 lines gets you. It's $90 a month, so it's $45 each line on that unlimited plus plan. $40 line on the just regular unlimited plan, and it does not mention auto pay. So we'll see. One thing to note here: fast nationwide 5G access, high-speed data access, unlimited talk, text, and picture messages in the US, HD voice and Wi-Fi calling on compatible devices, Cricket call defense with compatible phone, potential savings if you qualify for the ACP program, which people are still taking advantage of that program. If you're on any type of government assistance like food stamps or government medical health plans or any of that stuff, you can get a reduction on your phone plan through ACP. You have to qualify for the ACP program in order to be able to get that. So Cricket is, in the ACP program. Visible is not. Visible, I don't believe, does the ACP program at all whatsoever. And I don't think Mint Mobile does it either. So Cricket is one. So that's just, it's one of those things. Then, you might want to be able to get an affordable phone. So not an affordable phone, but affordable plan. So maybe, I don't know what they take off for the ACP program. I don't know if it's like $20, $25 or $30, but think about it like this. Okay. So let's say, like, hypothetically speaking, cause I'm not familiar with the ACP program. Let's say that the ACP program takes out $30 off your plan, right? So if you're on a $60 plan, then you're going to be paying $30 a month, which is pretty much close to the $25 plans that you're starting to see pop up all around. So yeah, not bad at all. Watching on my Verizon prepaid unlocked iPhone 11. Nice. Yes. Well, let's kind of revert back a little bit. I read up a lot on the whole build out of 5G, and 5G is not in its early development anymore. To kind of clarify that, let me stop sharing the screen real quick. But to kind of clarify that, midway through this podcast, we have carriers that are building out their 5G, but 5G is not really in its early stages. It's not in its full scale, but it's not in early development. As a matter of fact, there was an article piece that was written, and I believe it was South Korea that pretty much talked about 5G and its failures, things that went wrong with 5G, and why they're hopeful for 6G once we come to that time where we're going to start building out on 6G, sixth generation data connectivity on mobile and IoTs. It's a very interesting thing. I'll probably link it later on so you guys can read it for yourselves. Pretty cool. To see other countries and how their 5G is built out and how, services are for that. All right, so we touched base with Cricket. Let's touch base with Metro by T-Mobile. Metro, nada yada yada. No, it literally says it on there. If you guys are seeing this, if you guys are seeing it itself, this is nada yada yada. Welcome to No Nonsense Wireless. Well, that's a very bold statement. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Mark says I could switch to my unlocked iPhone 13 Pro Max using US Cellular 5G prepaid. 5G is not a national network scale with all the bugs, fixed. What do you mean a national network? Like you're talking about across the entire United States? It's pretty much there almost. You got rural areas to build out on, but I mean, think about it like this. Look at the build out of LTE. Like LTE has been out for a while, and there's still rural places that, barely have LTE, much less you can say LTE plus. Like when you say 5G is in its early stages, that's like it's not built up like LTE. Oh, it's pretty much almost there. It's pretty much almost there. There's, like I said, the places that I see mostly affected of not having any 5G are places that are rural. And even with LTE's build out, it took a long time before LTE was made available in these rural places. And when they weren't in these rural places for people in those areas to use, it was literally counted as pretty much covered nationwide. I mean, where my dad lives at, they barely just got 5G on AT&T. So the other day I was talking to him, and before he would only have LTE out there, and then he told me recently 5G lit up, where he's at. I'm like, hey, it's great, So, but when you say early stages to me, I'm saying that the technology is so brand new. You know what I mean? Like it's not brand new anymore. It's new to places, but it ain't new anymore. And of course, we have the different variables of 5G: low band, mid band, and high band. We have to take those into consideration. Every company kind of just does things differently, right? In the very beginning stages, Verizon was heavily focused on high band, their millimeter wave, and then started building out with their low band and mid band. T-Mobile started out with their low band and moved to mid band, and now they're focusing on their high band. And AT&T kind of followed a little bit more centered around their low and mid band as well. So yeah, I ported my AT&T postpaid over to US Cellular because of the lower cost and excellent coverage. Nice. I hope that it's working out great for you. All right, so let's kind of take a look at Metro by T-Mobile here. All right, let's look at their plans. So let's do cell phone plans. And mind you, shout out to those that on Threads that posted to my post on Threads. So I literally asked a question on Threads to people, just kind of asking them about comparing what was it? I was comparing Mobile X to Google Fi, and people kind of tossed in like, oh yeah, you can get a free line for your watch. You can get a free additional line. It's like, you don't get a free additional line. You get a data-only SIM card, which I think they're doing away with those, or they've done away with those. But data-only SIM cards just allows you to put that SIM card in like a tablet or even another smartphone, but it's still using the data from your main phone line. Like when you say a free line to me, it means that it has its own separate service away from the first SIM card. But it was cool to see people kind of answer that. So nice on them. Phone plans without the yada yada. When you join Metro, we won't raise your rate on talk, text, and smartphone data ever. But limited time promos ending, the cost of third-party services increasing, or using per-use services might change your monthly price. You see that verbiage right there? I love when they use verbiage like that. I'll repeat that again. When you join Metro, we won't raise your rate on talk, text, and smartphone data ever. But limited time promos ending, the cost of third-party services increasing, or using per-use services might change your monthly price. So the promos part, I understand that, right? If you get a promo that says they're going to take $5 off your bill for porting a number over, obviously that's not going to be a forever thing. So yes, you need to know that ends, okay? But the other stuff, the third-party services increasing, and all these things, using per use services might change your monthly price. That's just a little weird. But they got 3 plans here: $40 a month promotion. This is a promotion plan that's unlimited high-speed data, 5G access to T-Mobile 5G network, T-Mobile Tuesday, Scam Shield, and whatever this VIX premium is. You get that on the $40 promotional plan. Obviously, this promotional means more than likely you got to port your number in order to get that price at $40 locked. Because if you kind of look at it, the couple of things that it's missing, it's missing hotspot, and it's missing the 100 gigabytes of Google One membership cloud storage services. So you don't get that with these. And there's a reason why Metro offers that. I'll get into that a little bit later. The next plan up from that is their unlimited plan itself. It's $50 a month with autopay, $55 for the first month, because you don't have autopay set up when you first sign up. So you're going to be paying the full price for it, which is $55 a month. Yeah, you get unlimited high-speed data, 5G access to T-Mobile 5G network, T-Mobile Tuesday, Scam Shield, 8 gigabytes of hotspot data. You get 100 gigabytes of Google One membership cloud storage, along with Google's VPN services, and then you get the VIX whatever that thing is, premium. 1 year subscription to VIX Premium. So yeah, that's their $50 plan with autopay, $55 without autopay. And then you got the $65 plan, $60 with autopay, unlimited high-speed data, 5G access to T-Mobile's network, T-Mobile Tuesday Scam Shield, 25 gigabytes of hotspot, unlimited texting to 210 countries and destinations, 100 gigabytes of Google One membership, cloud storage, and the VIX Premium subscription for 1 year. So let me reiterate that. The VIX Premium subscription is just for 1 year, and I guess after that you got to pay for that. These are the pricings if you add additional lines to the plan. So 2 lines on the unlimited plan comes to $80, 3 lines at $110, 4 lines at $140, 5 lines at $170. If you go with their premium unlimited plan, it's $90 for 2 lines, $120 for 3, 4 lines for $150, and 5 lines for $180. So with this plan itself is also, again, a little bit on the pricier side, because we've been used to these, $50, $60 unlimited plans for so long when it comes to prepaid that it's not really doing anything different. I mean, 5G is not a finished product yet. What do you mean it's not a finished product? like I'm trying to wrap my head around what you're saying is not a finished product, because we know what millimeter wave is. We know what mid-band 5G is. We know what low-band 5G is. These frequencies are there. They're not in development being cooked up in the lab. They're actually there for use. They've been around for the longest time. These aren't new frequencies that they just developed. They've been around for a long, long time. It's just now being tapped to being used for mobile phone services. So I don't know what you mean by it's not finished product yet. But anyways, so with that being said, so Metro is not really doing anything really different aside from what they've been doing for years. While you see a lot of companies kind of just shifting away from this type of price scaling, Metro and Cricket are the two that seems to stick where they're at, because they feel like they have something very solid to give you. Now, the reason why that Metro by T-Mobile offers that Google One subscription obviously is because of T-Mobile's relationship with Google. Google Fi exists specifically because of T-Mobile. That's who they use. They done closed their business relationship with US Cellular, and now we know the reason why, because apparently US Cellular is up for grabs, or is going to be up for grabs here soon. There's a lot of talk about a certain company would benefit if they acquired US Cellular. That's for a future video. But because Google and T-Mobile have a close working business relationship with Google Fi, being able to use T-Mobile's network means that customers on the Metro by T-Mobile plans get that 100 gigabyte cloud storage, which gives you, Google VPN access and whatnot. And you also get, and I know a lot of people don't really talk about this when it comes to that Google One subscription, but you also get discounts on hotel rates too. I don't know if anyone really used them. I use them, and my wife uses them. When we go to places, we kind of look to see if our Google One membership subscription gives us any type of discounts. And at one hotel that we went to in California, we got a 40% discount on it. So Google One does have its benefits besides getting support faster than what you would normally do, just going to regular Google support. And of course, you get that 100 gigabytes of cloud storage. So that's kind of nice, to kind of back your photos up and everything like that. Gmail and everything depends on that cloud storage anyway. So it is kind of part of that. This is something that I would tell people to kind of stay away from. Now, it's not that I have anything against Metro by T-Mobile. Metro by T-Mobile, I've used them for a time. My son still has his Metro by T-Mobile line. They're good. But I'm talking about in this whole podcast, and the entire time I've been talking about services that can help save you some cash during these very tough times of inflation. And so this pretty much sticks to the same formula that it has. This is not one that I would say that you would be able to save on. So just kind of keep that in mind, you know what I mean? But if you're somebody that, has money to burn, then this would definitely be, something that, especially if T-Mobile works great in your area, this would definitely be something that, you want to look into if you don't want to be paying on, T-Mobile postpaid plan prices that not consistently, but constantly shift. They're constantly changing prices, updating and changing certain things that you get out of it. So this would be more of a steady option to be on T-Mobile and not technically have to go through all of, T-Mobile stuff. I'll get into that here in a little bit, Tom. All right, so let's see. All right, let's stop sharing that. Anyways, what thing do I have going here? There we go. I had that there the entire time. Sorry about that. All right, so let's kind of just shift it up to the next one. All right, so we pretty much covered Visible. We've covered Mint Mobile. We've covered Cricket Wireless. We've covered Metro by T-Mobile. Okay, let's go with Google Fi. Let's kind of show Google Fi. Google Fi being an MVNO. Now, Google Fi is a little bit different because they have different types of plans. They have their flexible plan, they have their Simply Unlimited, and then they have their Unlimited Plus, which obviously they're always going to recommend the most expensive plan. So that's always been Google Fi's biggest problem, is that they're not very competitive against the other options that's out there. Now, you kind of look at this and you say, oh, this is very, very similar to Metro by T-Mobile, right? $50 on the Simply Unlimited plan gives you basically 30 gigs of priority data access, and then your throttle for the rest of the bill cycle. So of course, if you're going to choose between Simply Unlimited and Metro by T-Mobile's Unlimited plan, Metro by T-Mobile is going to be the clear winner there because there isn't a throttle point. They just basically tell you if you use more than 35 gigs of data during times of congestion, you may be slowed down. Where they should give that same offering on Google Fi, that Google Fi should have fought for that same type of offering to say on their plans, if you use more than 35 gigabytes of data, we'll slow you down. But they didn't. So they have throttles on here, which is a big turnoff for a lot of customers out there. They don't like things slowing down after a certain point, right? Their Unlimited Plus plan is $65 a month for one line. It gives you unlimited hotspot tethering. Technically, no. The verbiage there is, it uses of your 50 gigabytes of high-speed data, and then you will be slowed down. So anyways, so you get data included in 200 and plus countries. This plan with the Unlimited Plus would probably be the one plan that I would suggest to anybody that does a lot of traveling outside of the United States, because then you'll have phone service that works outside of the United States, and you don't need to do any special things to your device. Literally put your phone in airplane mode, fly on the airplane, reach your destination, and as soon as you land and you turn off the airplane mode, you're working. Simple as that. It even works in China, and it works over the Great Wall of China. And I don't mean their national monument that you can go visit. What I mean is the firewalls that they have set in place that they don't allow their citizens to view certain things on the internet. They have a firewall that stops you from being able to engage in those websites. And Google Fi is not limited to that. It can get through that. So you can access Facebook on your device. You can access your Google Drive and Google services. It's not blocked by the firewall in China. Check out Josh Vergara's video when him and one other person from Fandroid were in China, and they decided to make a video about them testing Google Fi, at the time known as Project Fi, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So let's explore the Simply Unlimited, and let's see what they say. Here we go. So here are the limitations. Unlimited data with slower data after 35 gigabytes per person. So 35 gigabytes on the Simply Unlimited. I'm gonna go one step back. And then with the Unlimited Plus, we'll switch it just to one line, not two lines. And with this one, unlimited data with slower data after 50 gigabytes per person, right? Unlimited hotspot tethering counts towards your monthly data usage. So technically, you only get 50 gigs of hotspot tethering or 50 gigs of data, whichever you choose to use. If you use 25 gigabytes of high-speed data on your phone and then you share 25 gigabytes on your laptop with hotspot, that totals 50 gigs. You'll get slowed down. So it counts against your 50 gig allotment. The thing about Google Fi, like I said, it's going to be probably best choice option if you're someone who travels quite a bit. Now they do have this, so hold on. That's why it's feeding me. It's feeding me the two-person type thing. So they have their flexible plan. Okay, pay for the data that you use. Makes sense, right? Makes you feel like that you have the ability to control your usage, right? To control your monthly bill. And in a way, you kind of do. You kind of do have a way to control your monthly bill with Google Fi. The problem with Google Fi, though, is that there's another company out there that's kind of challenging the status quo of that flexible plan, as well as plans from like Ting that also allows you to control your monthly spending. I'll get into that here in a little bit. But the flexible plan is $25 for unlimited talk and text for one line, okay? And then you're paying $10 per gigabyte of data. So 1 gig would make your bill plan $30. 2 gigs would make your bill plan $40. 3 gigs, $50. 4 gigs, $60. And here's the kicker on that. At $60, when you hit the $60 threshold on one line, it stops billing you per gig. Up to, I believe it's 15 gigs. So at 15 gigs, it will slow you down. But they call it bill protection. Actually, 6 gigabytes of data. When you reach 6 gigabytes, so that's $80. They have a bill protection at $80, bill protection at $100 for 2 lines. Yeah. So, and when you have like multiple lines on a flexible plan, let's say like I use 1 gig and my second line uses 1 gig, then let me see, I believe it'll be $35 if it was 2 lines, and then so it'll be $55 because each phone using a gig is kind of like a pool together. So Mint Mobile is the best prepaid plan price, sort of, because some people kind of get some people kind of get a little confused about that. So yes, while it is $15 for unlimited 40 gigabytes of high-speed data, unlimited talk and text, that's for your first 3 months, and then after that, it's $120 every 3 months. So yeah, it goes up in price, right? They just have like their 3-month entry promotional plan offering. It's not set for the life expectancy of the plan. At least that's what their website says. Now, if it's like sign up now and your unlimited plan will be $15 a month on a 3-month plan for life, then that would be sweet. Well, they call it Google Fi because technically, the reason that it was called Project Fi from the beginning and then just shifted the name to Google Fi when it was launched for everybody else, technically, it was dependent on Wi-Fi, similar to like Republic Wireless. Google has partnerships with a lot of different businesses that have Wi-Fi and that allow immediate access connection to Google Fi customers, right? So you can leave your Wi-Fi on and roam around downtown Phoenix, and I can connect to multiple different Wi-Fi areas. So instead of calling it Google Wi-Fi, because they do have a product called Google Wi-Fi, which is those mesh Wi-Fi pucks with the main puck that connects to your router to basically create a much stronger Wi-Fi signal, just call it Google Fi. But anyways, yeah. So Google Fi, best for someone who's traveling outside of the country. Best for it, As far as their flexible plan, I really wouldn't really go with their flexible plan if you really wanted to control your usage, because $20 for unlimited talk and text. Like I said, there's a company that already challenges that status, and in my opinion, beats it already. It beats it. And the one that I'm going to be talking about that actually beats Google Fi's flexible plan, if you want to compare them both, it's going to be Mobile X. Mobile X will beat the flexible Google Fi plan. Why? Well, they're way different. They're not trying to be an unlimited company. And a lot of people will kind of argue that point and say, nah, gotta have unlimited. And you know what, like to each his own. This is one of those things where like it kind of like correlates with my method that everybody uses their stuff differently, right? One person does not dominate how everybody else should use their phone. Some people use a lot of data and rely on only their data on their phone, right? They have no home Wi-Fi access. So this is where I would say that Mobile X probably wouldn't be best for you. Mobile X focuses on pay for what you use, okay? So right there, that automatically kind of goes head to head with Google Fi's flexible plan. Difference is that on Mobile X, unlimited talk and text is $4.50. I shit you not, it's $4.50. That's a hell of a lot cheaper than paying $20 for unlimited talk and text on Google Fi, right? And then their per gig data usage I think it's like $2 and some change. Hang on. Let me see if I can get the pricing from the app. Which, is far less than Google Fi's Flexible, where they charge you $10 per gig. They charge you $10 per gig, and Mobile X charges a whole lot less. So let's see. I'm pulling up because right now my phone is in the learning stages. My Mobile X line is in the learning stages of how I use my my device. Okay, so unlimited talk and text is $4.50, and I believe it's like $2. It doesn't show me the per rate on the gigs, but I know it's about like $2 and some change per gig used. Because right now it says that I've been using it like I normally use my phones, and so the data forecast tells me that I'm like using about 23.49 gigabytes in a month. So with $4.50, so hang on. All right, and now I'll divide that by 30. Okay, so on my bill, 1 gig of usage would be about $1.71 for 1 gig. That's about, no, that makes sense. Never mind. My math is wrong. I'm not even doing math right. It's about $2 and some change. Let's just put it that way. And it's crazy because Mobile X actually has various different ways of setting up your services. So you could either do the normal plan stuff where it's like you pay $4.50 for unlimited talk and text plus like $2 per gig that you use. You could do that. Maybe you don't want to have a phone number with that people can call. Maybe you don't text anybody. Maybe all you want to do is just use data. You have the option of just having a no voice, no text plan where it's just only data. You make that choice. Mobile X has a great solid partnership with Verizon. That's who they use. On their pay for what you use plans, the control is totally in your hands. Okay, which I can't say that for any of the other companies that we just looked at. When it comes to things like video streaming, okay. If you're on the pay-per-use plan, video streaming, you can decide whether you want to stream the video in 4K, 1080p, 720p, or 480p. You can control the video playback resolution that is allowed over the data connection that you have. They don't throttle you. There's no throttle on their pay-per-use. It's a bit different for their basic unlimited, and I'll get into their basic unlimited plan. So yeah. And so somebody that has home Wi-Fi, you could really cut down how much you're paying per month for service. The one of the founders and the CEO of the company, Peter Adderton, who is the founder of Boost Mobile US and Boost Mobile Australia, and this is his company. This is him and several partners he has. They try to build something different that goes against what we're normally used to. They're trying to cut that safety net thing that we've all been trained to look at and say, hey, I have to have unlimited, even though you really don't have to have it. If you have Wi-Fi at home, Wi-Fi at work, and you're constantly connected to it, then why pay for an unlimited plan if you're not really using it? You're just throwing away your money. That's how they see it, and I agree with them on that. You are kind of throwing your money away. Like if you have a fully unlimited plan on Visible, let's take Visible for an example, and the actual mobile data usage that you use is like 500 megabytes or so because you're always on Wi-Fi access, then why are you paying $25 when you can pay $5 and some change a month for phone service? You kind of start to think about it, right? Like get out of that mindset that I have to have unlimited and kind of just look back and see how are you using your phone? Because that's really what it's all about. That's why their site says it. Personalized mobile saves you money. There's an AI algorithm that learns your patterns and how you're going to, how it sees you're using your device, and it'll give you a rate plan. And if you're like, nah, I want something that's kind of unlimited, well, then they also have their basic unlimited plan. Their basic unlimited plan, there's 2 of them. I believe one is 20 bucks or 15 bucks. Let me see if I find it on the website. Okay, data pricing is $2.10 down here. My dumb ass should have just scrolled down. They'll start around $5. So it's $4.50 for unlimited talk and text. They say it's around $5 per month, starting around that, right? So 30-day access, platform fee, $1.99, and then data pricing is $2.10 per gigabyte. So comparing that to Google Fi's flexible plan, $20. Yeah, that's just weird. Okay, and this is the U plan. Okay. So data speeds, unrestricted, data optimizer included, so you can optimize your video playback, visual voicemail, surplus data forwarded, so you have that. Then they have their talk and text options, which is unlimited talk and text, $4.50. You can even just, if you do like a little bit of calls and a little bit of text, you can bring it down to just talk and text $150. That's 150 minutes and 150 texts for $2.50. You could do talk and text 50, which is 50 minutes, and 50 text, and that's for $1.50. Like I said, you can do no talk, no text, no charge, and you would only be paying the $2.10 per gigabyte. That's what you would pay. So hey, why not? Right now they're actually running a promotion too as well. So if you do the where you have, because when you sign up with Mobile X, the first 10 days are free on them because it will calculate how you use your phone. So it learns how you use your phone and how you use data. Now, if you go straight to their basic unlimited, then you don't get that. You don't get the 10 days free. You gotta go with letting it learn about you. And there's no limitations on that. Like I've been off Wi-Fi on my device using it, and yeah, it hasn't told me like I use too much data because I've literally like gone almost to 30 gigs already. But yeah, 10 days of it learning your patterns, learning your habits. And then after the 10 days, whichever you choose, if you choose to stay on the pay per use, then your first month's free. If you decide that you kind of use a lot more data than that, and you go with their basic 30, which is 30 gigabytes of priority data access for $25 a month, then you'll get 1 month free on that. The 1 month free is up to $25, right? So like if you're doing like the pay for use, and it says you use about 50 gigs in a month, and your bill is going to be over $25, then yeah, because it's only up to $25 that it will credit you of usage in the pay per use situation. It won't go beyond that, which is the same as the $25 unlimited basic. And like I said, the unlimited basic is kind of like your basic unlimited plans you see out there. Talk, text, unlimited, 30 gigs of high-speed Verizon access, and then you're throttled for the rest of your bill cycle. Video stream playback in 480p only. So that is where it's optimized to stay at 480p. That you can't choose. You cannot change that up and go to 4K. You only can do that with the pay-per-use plan. This one is one that I would say for those that really want to save money on their plans and just not spend so much because they're mostly using home Wi-Fi. They have Wi-Fi at work, and just about everywhere they go to is Wi-Fi, and they tend to connect to that. Then this would definitely save you some money. I mean, I tend to respect CEOs that don't just talk out of their ass, but kind of like show you that that's what they're doing, right? You follow Peter Adderton on Twitter, great guy, and he talks to everybody. He'll talk to you if you tweet at him. I comment, I post on his tweets that he posts. We have conversations at times. We've DM'd on times, and small guy, okay? And one thing I noticed about him is that he doesn't just only tell you like Mobile X is great for a lot of people out there who want to save money, but then he like literally shows you him using it. Like he records his usage and his bills and what he pays on his own service, and you get to see. So with the company that you're mentioning, IG, the basic unlimited is the same. But Mobile X is not positioned. That's not their plan that they're leading with. They're not leading with their basic unlimited. That's not what they're pushing. What they're pushing is their pay per use, right? You be in control of what you spend per month on phone service by you just using the services. If you have home Wi-Fi and you have Wi-Fi in places and you're always connected to that, then there's no reason for you to spend $25, $30, $40, $50, $60 a month on an unlimited plan and you're not really using it. So that is the main point behind all of it is they literally just, let me switch this around. Oh, this whole thing with hang on, let me see if that, no, I don't want to replace it. So weird how to do it. Anyways, so the whole thing with Mobile X, like I said, it's all about just you controlling what you use. Because we've all been conditioned to say that, okay, you know what? Safety net. I want to make sure I don't run out of data, so I'll just buy unlimited. And then, I don't know if anyone notices this, but you get frustrated when you deal with plans that's like, 35 gigs and then throttled, 30 gigs and throttled, 20 gigs and then throttled. You get mad that you're throttled because you hear unlimited, you expect unlimited, and you want that unlimited, and you're just like, okay, well, now I'm limited, when technically their version of unlimited, and the reason why that they're not eating up a lot of different lawsuits and paying out is because they don't turn your services off, and that by definition would mean unlimited. Now, of course, they use little verbiages here and there that trick us into thinking that it's unlimited high speed, and it's not. Mobile X's mission is not really to kind of go on that route. They're not trying to be like said company or Metro or Cricket or anything like that. What they're doing is they're trying to say, hey, if you don't want to spend a lot of money a month on your phone bill and you don't use a lot of data, then we're probably going to be the better benefit for you. You get access on Verizon's network. You get to control what you spend. If you got money to splurge and you want to use a little bit more data, you can. If you still are on the fence about Mobile X and it being able to save you money, then they have their basic 30 gigabyte unlimited plan. That's what everyone is doing now? I don't think so. What do you mean that's what everybody's doing? I don't see any other companies right now that we just went through that's even talking about you controlling what you spend by, per usage. Like they may have something like that, but that's not what they're leading out the gate with, right? You go to Metro, they're unlimited plan. You go to Cricket, unlimited plan. Sorry about my dogs. You go to AT&T prepaid, unlimited plan. You go to freaking Google Fi, unlimited plan. You go to US Cellular, unlimited plan. You go to you go to all these different ones. It's always unlimited plan. You don't really see them emphasizing pay per use. So the kind of roles are reversed. The last thing about it is, and it's something that they're working diligently on, is Global X. So not only will you have the ability to use your phone in the United States, you're going to have your ability to use your phone across different countries as they're working on Global X. But Mobile X has a long ways to go. They're still fairly small company. They're still fighting for their little slice of the pie in order to have a bigger slice of the pie. So realistically, because I know people expect somebody to just snap their fingers and shit out a giant big company like it's nothing. It takes time to work it. It takes time to take something that goes against what every other company is doing and be able to grow it, right? So they have some ways to go. And they're not for everybody. I'm not saying that Mobile X has to be what everyone guns after. No. I just admire them for what they're doing and how they're doing it. But I know it's not a fit for everybody else. So like I said, just kind of recap here. If you're somebody that, uses a lot of data, uses a lot of hotspot, Visible is going to probably be your best bet. Because Visible is unlimited data, and it is unlimited data, no throttles and stuff like that. Moment of congestions, of course, you're going to experience slowdowns, but you get the unlimited data usage on your phone, and you get the unlimited hotspot. So there's not like a allotted amount of hotspot data use. There's people that have literally used their Visible hotspot for online gaming, which is crazy. Everyone needs that at least to have for maybe every once in a while. Yeah, I mean, you have that ability, you have that option. Yeah. Anyways, Visible would be the one that I would recommend, right? It's $25 a month. as the cheapest plan. And if you need to do international calling and international text messaging, you can step it up to their Visible Plus, which is $45 a month. But that would be what I would say would probably be the best fit for someone that needs absolutely unlimited and uses absolutely unlimited. If you're gonna go with, let's say international usage, like traveling the world, I would say Google Fi is going to be your best bet. It just works. I know it just works. There are various different YouTube channels that shows you that it just works. There is no configurations. There is no add-on plans you have to add on Google Fi to be able to use it, but you have to be on their Unlimited Plus. Their Simply Unlimited does not have international usage, and their flexible plan does have international usage as well. But again, it's per data use rate and everything like that. So the best bet would be is to be on the Unlimited Plus. Use it anywhere that you go. The caveat to that is that you cannot stay out of the United States 365 days. Okay, so if you get Google Fi service and you travel the world, you need to come back into the US like on the 360th day and let the phone ping off a US cell tower. Otherwise, Google Fi will shut down your services if you remain outside of the United States. Trust me, this is the reason why if anyone's had Google Fi and you've chatted with their chat reps, they always ask you that question, are you using the device in the United States? They're not doing it to piss you off or assume that, you're just someone who migrated to the United States. They're doing that because there are people who will get Google Fi services, sign up for it, and then activate the SIM card by popping it into one of their phones, using it for a day or two, taking the SIM card out, mailing it overseas to a relative, and saying, hey, call me now. And now they're calling each other all year long, talking to family and using data and everything like that. The SIM cards outside of the United States, right? If you're buying Google Fi service, you got to be in the United States. Google Fi service is not a, MVNO that is international. Their services can be used internationally, but they are not an international provider. So that's why they do that. All right. When it comes to spending less for phone services, especially if you're not using a lot of data and stuff like that, Mobile X is clearly the winner on this one. All right. Their unlimited talk and text is already far cheaper than the flexible plan on Google Fi. Their per data usage, $2.10 on Mobile X versus $10 on Google Fi. You're already saving $7.90 per gig use on Mobile X. You have the power to control what you do on your phone with Mobile X, and it allows you to control your video playback optimization, whether you want to do it in 4K and use more data than usual, or you do it in 480p and save on it. They're giving you, the user, as the power, and that's one of the things that most providers don't do, is give you the power to control, right? They always want to upsell you on the biggest thing because they want to make that money. And then, of course, you have the expansion coming in the future known as Global X. Yeah, 22 gigabytes of data is more than enough. Some people don't even realize how much data they use. Again, we have myself and some of my friends and other YouTubers that talk about data usage and do speed testing and stuff like that. And I think one of the things that we fucked up on, and that we kind of went against a lot of you on, is that we created this ideology that you guys have to have unlimited. You guys have to have unlimited, or shit's gonna fuck up for you, right? Literally, it shocks people when I explain to them that using stuff like Facebook, Twitter, Threads doesn't use that much data. Like, they're shocked because they're assuming that they're using 2 to 3 gigabytes for every time that they're on Facebook scrolling through the feed, and you're actually not. Even if you're on Twitter, you're using far less on Twitter or X. You're using far less. So a lot of these things, I tell people to think about, the only thing that's really consuming a lot of data is if you're streaming media. And when you're streaming media and you're streaming it in a higher resolution, then of course it's going to use a lot more data. And that's really what the data eater is. And then if you're gaming, mobile gaming from your smartphone, that's going to use up a lot of data, especially if you're doing those first person shooter games in high resolution, right? You're playing a game and you're using 120 hertz refresh. And of course, you're going to be using up a lot of data, as it's needing a lot of data to keep that connection for you to online game with people. So those are the two big things that pretty much spike your data usage on your device, is mobile phone gaming and video streaming. Everything else uses very little bit. Okay. So yeah. As far as Cricket and Metro, Cricket and Metro, they're sticking to their guns with their traditional unlimited plans, right? Starting out at 50, giving you a little bit more perks at 60. That's their offerings. And of course, there's no limitations on their data connection. Of course, sort of. I mean, you'll get slowed during times of congestion if you go over 35 gigabytes on them, but nonetheless, you're not throttled. Okay, and you get a little bit more perks with them, right? They're the perk givers. And if you're the person who feels toasty warm inside and loved because you're getting extra perks, then that might be your option right there. Cricket obviously giving you perks with getting a subscription to Max with the ads, so not the non-ad version. So you can watch movies on Max. And then you know, on Metro, you get the 100 gigs of cloud storage from Google One. You get the mobile hotspot. You get the VIX premium services for 1 year. So you get those perks with that. And then T-Mobile Tuesday on Metro by T-Mobile customers. And then also back to Visible, perk that you get with them on the 45 plus plan is that you get $10 off Verizon Home Internet if it's available in your area. So a lot of these companies having the best of for certain customers. So really it's all about what fits for you. For me, right now, I'm on Mobile X. It's been great. Of course, I have home Wi-Fi, you know, and mostly where I go, I play Pokemon Go and I check social media. Every now and then I'll do live streaming from my phone. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for joining in tonight on this podcast. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. If you guys came in halfway through and you want to see what I talked about in the very beginning of the live stream, definitely watch the replay. Smash the like button because it helps people find this podcast so they can get this information from me. Share on social media. I would really appreciate that. Thanks for being here again. You guys are amazing. And yeah, I will talk to you on the next one. Whoa, what about Helium Mobile? I will do another podcast probably this Friday. I'll do a podcast for like the non-traditional stuff, right? So I'll mention Red Pocket, Helium Mobile. I will mention Mobi PCS and some other ones too. I gotta grab the information from those and I'll present those to all of you, Ting and all of them. But I'll be this Friday, right? So I'll talk to you guys then. I gotta head to bed. I gotta work tomorrow.